Students, welcome in chemistry class. Today I am starting lesson 1. Name of the lesson is periodic properties. First I will give you the brief description of modern periodic table. There are 7 periods, you know already. Out of them I have made only 4 periods. And 18 groups are there. These horizontal rows are called periods. And these vertical columns are called groups. You know already these things. Now, in this chapter, first thing is periodic properties. So, what is this periodic properties? So, when we move across a period, after certain regular interval, elements show similar properties. Like lithium shows similar properties with hydrogen and sodium shows similar properties with lithium. This is called periodic properties. So, each group after certain regular interval, suppose we will start from hydrogen, then we will come to the lithium. Suppose we will start from lithium, then we will come to the sodium. So these elements show the similar properties. These properties are called periodic properties. Now the question is, what is the cause of periodic properties? So the cause of periodic property is due to similar number of electrons in valence shell. What do you mean by valence shell? Outermost shell is called valence shell. For example, hydrogen in outermost shell 1 electron is there. In lithium outermost shell 1 electron is there. In sodium also in outermost shell 1 electron is there. So, cause of periodic properties or cause of periodicity is due to similar number of valence electrons. For example, in group number 1, 1 electron will be there in the outermost shell. In group number 2, 2 electrons will be there in the outermost shell. That is the cause of periodicity. Now, these periodic properties, how many periodic properties are there? Atomic radius, ionization potential, in short it is called IP, electron affinity, in short it is called EA, and electronegativity, EN. Firstly, I will tell you about these 4 periodic properties. Some more are there. Those I will explain you afterwards. So, first periodic property, atomic radius. This is the structure of the atom. You know already. This is the center part of the atom, which is called nucleus, most dense part of the atom. And in this atom, only one shell is there. This is the only outermost shell. See this one. In this atom, 2 shells are there. So, outermost shell is this second one. So, now come again here. In this atom, the center of the nucleus, the distance between the center of the nucleus and outermost shell is called atomic radius. In any atom, the distance between center of the nucleus and the outermost shell is called atomic radius. See, in this atom, outermost shell is this one, this is the center of the nucleus and this is the atomic radius. What is the unit of atomic radius? Angstrom. This 1 angstrom equals to 10 to the power minus 10 millimeter, and here it is 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. These are the units of atomic radius. Now, on which factors atomic radius depend? The first factor is nuclear charge. Now, what do you mean by nuclear charge? Number of protons is called nuclear charge. You know already that in nucleus there are 2 particles found, proton and neutron. Proton is having the positive charge and neutron is having no charge. So, overall in this nucleus, which charge will be there? Positive charge. This is only the nuclear charge. Second one factor on which this atomic radius depends, number of shells. See, this one first atom A, 1 shell only, atom B, 2 shells, and atom C, how many shells are there? 1, 2, 3. So, obviously which atom will be the largest one? This C atom will be the largest one. So, on 2 factors, at nuclear charge and number of shells, atomic radius depends. Now, for each periodic property, we have to see the trend. Trend, that is across a period and down a group. This is trend. So, we have to see how the atomic radius vary across a period or how the atomic radius vary going down a group. That is the trend. So now see, suppose we will take the example of period 2. So you know that atomic number is equal to the number of protons. So plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, plus 9, plus 10. These are the nuclear charges for period 2. So nuclear charge increases. If the nuclear charge increases, means number of protons increase, then this nucleus will attract the outermost electrons towards itself more strongly and atomic radius decreases. So on increasing nuclear charge, atomic radius decreases. Number of shells, it is clear from this diagram only. If the number of shells increases, then atomic radius increases. So here trend in across the period, on going across the period, nuclear charge increases, but number of shells remain same. How the number of shells remain same? 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 9 and 2, 10. This is the number of shells. Across the period, nuclear charge increases, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6 and so on, and number of shells remain same. So overall, atomic radius decreases across a period. Now just opposite of it, going down a group, atomic radius increases. How can we understand it? By taking the example of period group 1. Group 1, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium. 1, 3, 11, 19. Now the nuclear charge, you know number of protons is nuclear charge. So plus 1, plus 3, plus 11, plus 19. The number of shells for group 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 8, 8, 1. It means going down a group, number of shells increase. So atomic radius increases. Nuclear charge also increases. So, increasing number of shells predominates over the higher nuclear charge. That's why atomic radius increases down a group. Atomic radius increases. So across the period, atomic radius decreases. While going down a group, atomic radius increases because number of shells increase, which predominates over the higher nuclear charge. That's all for today.